Test, test, test. Good. All right. What's up, everybody? Crypto Sloth here, and I'm going to show you how to sell coins with single-sided liquidity as well as with limit orders. So let's just dive right on in, shall we? I got 9-inch up here, and right now we are on v3.9inch.io, and it's very important. You need to be on the v3 version, not the v2 version. And what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to liquidity, add liquidity. And for this example, I'm going to use SolidX and Pulse. So we already have Pulse here, so we'll just click these arrows, and then we'll go here, and we'll type in SolidX. And now, it already picks up the 2% fee tier, and so you just want to pick the one that has the most amount picked, which is the 2%, and it does that automatically for you. Let me zoom in. Awesome. So now that we have the pool picked, if you guys remember, in order to sell with liquidity, you need to place coins above the current price. So what we're going to do is set up a position where you're selling your SolidX for Pulse. And the way we do that is by taking these two bars and we pull it above price. And this green dotted line right here, that's the current price. And if you'll notice, at the bottom here, you can only provide SolidX. If I bring this left bar over to the left side of the green, you can provide both. But if you bring it over to the right side, you can only provide SolidX. And that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to sell a token with LP, you only want to see the availability to deposit in the token you're looking to sell. So let's say we want to sell SolidX between a 2 and 3x above. Actually, let's do a 3 to 4x above the current price relative to Pulse. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, and we're going to pull this right band up to 300%, which represents a 4x. We're about right there, a little less. And then if we want to sell between a 3 and 4x, this lower bar is going to be at 200%. So right there, 200, 300%. And now whenever 310, about the same thing. So now whenever the price of SolidX goes up a 3x relative to Pulse, people will take the SolidX that we put into the pool out of it and replace it with Pulse. And then once we get above a 4x once we get a 4x on SolidX's prices relative to Pulse, all of our SolidX will have been swapped out for Pulse, and we can just remove the liquidity position, and now we have all of the Pulse, which has been sold. And so you just click, say you want to do 100 SolidX, and then you would, I don't have any in this wallet right now, but all you have to do is approve it, and then run the LP position, and wait for the price to get above the bands that you set. Another cool one that you can do is click this full range position, and that's going to set the price from 0 to infinity. And if you still want it to be a sell side order, you just pull this left bar up above the current price. And again, like we saw before, the SolidX token is the only one you can place in, which is what we want in this case. And now you set that 100 SolidX between a little bit above price, so 18% above price. We'll pull that down a little bit to 4.9% above price, all the way to infinity. So no matter how high the SolidX price goes relative to Pulse, you'll always have some SolidX in that pool, and it'll always be selling out slowly over time. And of course, you'll be earning fees while this is happening, so that's a nice little bonus. So those are two ways that you can use liquidity to sell whatever token it is. You can replace SolidX for any token, and you can replace Pulse for any token. Maybe you want to sell SolidX for DAI, maybe you want to sell Pulse for DAI, maybe you're trying to sell a meme coin into SolidX. Whatever it might be, this is how you would do that. Another option is to use omnis.tetra.win for a limit order. So this is a little bit different in that you're not setting a liquidity position, but you're pre-setting a price for the coins to be sold at, and the smart contract run by Omnis will execute that order for you already. So I've already preloaded SolidX to Pulse, so we're going to do the exact same example and say we want to sell 100. And right now it's worth $3,000, but we want to sell it maybe at, let's go, instead of 64 million Pulse, we want to sell it for 100. 100 million Pulse. So it's a little bit more, about 25% above the current price, and actually it's 55% above the price. Sorry. So what's cool is on Omnis, you have this little slider that you can slide and drag it for however much you want the price to sell at. So let's say we actually wanted to be on a 80% gain before we sell, then we would put this plus 80% right here, and then it'll auto calculate that for you. It only goes up to 100%. So if you want more, then you have to place it in yourself. So like if we just change this to a 3, it says 100% here, but in actuality, it's 410% better than the current price. But if you're looking for a nice, easy, less than 2x gain to sell out some of it, this is how you can do it. And then they have this cool emergency stop loss. So say the price goes down 10%, then the solid X would automatically be sold for Pulse at a 10% loss instead of it continuously going down. Yeah. Now we also have these compound limit orders, which are pretty cool. So say you want to sell 100 solid X, and then we're going to sell it into Pulse, and we're going to do it 100 million like before. So it's there, 100 million, and then what we can do is also set a price for the Pulse to be sold too. So now, solid X would be sold into Pulse, and then we're going to see this Pulse be sold at a higher price of the Pulse itself. So it's not looking at solid X anymore. It's now looking at the price of Pulse. And we know that because it's $4,426 worth of Pulse. And now if we sell at, 10% more, we're getting about $400 more. And so let's say we want to sell solid X at, this 50%, and then we want to sell Pulse after it goes up another 50%. Then we're going to put that right there, and then you're sold from solid X to Pulse into stable coins at certain levels when it goes up. And then you just click next, and then place your compound limit order, and then you can place any of the compound or the normal limit orders up to 3 months before you have to start the position again. I hope you guys found that helpful. And this system can be used for any coin, swapping from one to another. It doesn't have to be selling. You could be buying too. You just have to flip everything around. But I hope you found it useful, and good luck out there in the crypto universe. Peace out.